Hello, fourth grade readers and writers. Welcome back to ELA School, Away from School. And just a reminder, I'm your virtual teacher, Mrs. Ewing. All right, so we were introduced to a new article yesterday, and today we're going to dive back in and we're going to use some of our close reading strategies. So we are on week 9, daily lesson 40. Let's look at our guiding questions. What can we learn from the process of ratifying the 19th Amendment? How can stories inspire us to take action to contribute to a better world? And how and why can we encourage and support others to contribute to a better world? All right, so remember, we're thinking about those questions, especially the last two, as we dive into this article. All right, so let's grab our materials. We will need our text. California teen leads legal efforts to allow immigrants to remain in the U.S. You're going to need your lesson 40 and your lesson 40 note catcher. All right, so I'm going to pause, or you pause this video and grab your materials. All right, great. You have your materials. Are ready to get started. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our learning target for today. I can determine the meaning of general and domain-specific words and phrases as they pertain to the article, California teen leads legal efforts to allow immigrants to remain in the United States, or U.S. So we'll tell you today, we're going to not only use our context clues, which are those clues from the context of the story, what's happening in the article, but we're also going to be able to use what we know about affixes or root words to help us. All right, so that's going to be some of our strategies today as we find the meaning of those general and domain-specific words and phrases in the text. All right, so let's go ahead and read. So with your family member, your caregiver, or your friend, I want you to reread that section, and it's got the subheading TPS program aids teen mother, others from El Salvador, from our article, California teen leads legal efforts to allow immigrants to remain in U.S. All right, so pause this video, reread that section now. All right, great. Now that you've read that section, I want you to think about the following questions. I want you to think about what this section is mainly about. I want you to think about how does this section support the main idea of the whole text. And the reason we're doing that is because when we think about what this section is mainly about, that context of what we're talking about can actually help us with finding those unknown words and phrases. All right, so let's think about the next several questions. What does that word supporter mean? And what root word is in the word supporter? How does that help you find the meaning? All right, so what does the word outspoken mean? And what is an antonym, which is a word that means the opposite for this word? All right, pause this video and do some thinking. All right, great. So now that we've done some thinking around this, let's go ahead and have a conversation. So with a family member, a caregiver, or a friend, I want you to talk about the following questions. All right, go ahead and talk about what is this section mainly about, but then how does this section support the main idea of the whole text? All right, pause the video, talk about this now. All right, great. So now that we kind of have an idea of what's going on in this section and this whole text, let's look at these words. I want you to think about and talk about what does the word supporter mean? And then as you're thinking about that, what root word is in that word supporter? And how does that help you find the meaning of the word? All right, pause this video, talk about that now. All right, great. Did you say that within supporter, you notice there's that word support? And when you support something, you actually help, right? Lift up. All right, so a supporter, usually means a person who. So it makes me think that supporter is a person who helps or lifts up, right? All right, so think about that. And let's go to our next word. What does the word outspoken mean? And then I want you to talk about what is an antonym or a word that means the opposite for this word. All right, pause this video, talk about this now. All right, good. So outspoken is somebody who is very loud or vocal, right? Or is very, like I said, loud, and they talk a lot about, if somebody is outspoken, they're not quiet. So an antonym for outspoken would actually be quiet, right? All right, so now I want you to talk about what does this phrase then mean? What does the phrase outspoken supporter mean? All right, pause this video, talk about it now. All right, great. I can't wait to hear your answers. All right, so we've read our text, we've thought about it, we've talked about it. All right, now let's do some writing. All right, so let's look at our note catcher here. So on the note catcher, I want you to record the meaning of the sentence and how the section supports the main idea of the whole text. All right, so that phrase, you're going to tell me, what does the quote outspoken supporter mean in that first box? In the second box, you're going to record, what does the text, so how, or what clues from the text support your answer? In the third box, you're going to write, what is a synonym for the word, or what is a synonym for the word supporter? And remember, a synonym is a word that means the same. In this fourth box, you're going to tell me, what is an antonym, a word that means the opposite for the word outspoken. And in this last box, you're going to tell me, how does this phrase, outspoken supporter, support the main idea of that whole text? So how does that connect to it? All right, pause this video, take your time, do your writing now. All right, welcome back. Virtual high five, good work today. So let's look at our learning target. I can determine the meaning of general and domain-specific words and phrases as they pertain to the article, California teen leads legal efforts to allow immigrants to remain in the U.S. So we use the context of the text, right? So what was the text about to help us? We thought about the root word, right? We then thought about the affix of the word and kind of put that together. We broke that phrase apart, looked at the individual words and put them back together. So you did a lot of good work around words today and using a lot of those close reading strategies. So great job. All right, so now I want you to share your writing with someone and tell them why you chose to write what you did. After you complete this assignment, remember to read a book with a family member, a caregiver, and a friend for at least 20 minutes. And I want you to use a timer. You can use your cell phone timer, your kitchen timer. You can have someone count to 60, but read that passage for 1 minute. Count the words you read and write the number at the top of your text. All right, great work today. Super proud of y'all, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye.